What are you doing for property management on this asset?
We stuck with the prior property management company. My partner, Brian, is a residential property manager in Greenville, probably manages over 350 units. Very good, runs the renovation crews top notch. He manages my properties. We got Freddie small balance loan on this deal, and Freddie wanted us to stick with a multifamily property manager. So we've elected to stay with the property manager that's in place. Of course, having a property manager as an owner helps keep the existing property manager on their toes. Brian's crew handles the renovation, so we're doing the unit turns, not the property manager. And essentially, it takes us maybe 3 working days to turn a unit. So we're pretty good about getting them turned.
How's the supply chain right now?
The supply chain has been okay. We had a scramble to get stack washer dryers. So we had to put in a few calls. The flooring doesn't seem to be any trouble. The paint hasn't been any trouble, though I know some people have had trouble getting paint. We're not doing anything with the cabinets. The windows are already dual pane. So far, it's been fine. The way Brian has it set up, he's got a package with his supplier, and he just calls him up and says, hey, we need 2 sets for the cottages. His guys pick them up 6:30 the next morning, and away we go. So we've kind of got a system. All the units are identical. So we got 43 identical units. So the rehab and the turns work very efficiently.
On the stack washer and dryers, what are you getting those for?
I would say I think we're at $1,150.
I know they're pretty expensive.
We debated whether to lease them all from a company, and some operators do that. And I think that could be a solution if you had 43 installs, you all wanted to do at once. In this case, since we're renovating unit by unit as they come vacant, we felt buying them was the better option.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely increasing the value of the property too. I mean, I don't know what your cap rate was going in. What was the going in cap rate?
Going in cap rate adjusted for increase in property taxes and about a 50% increase in insurance was 5.2. So okay. It was T12, but we adjusted for property taxes. In South Carolina, it's what do you call it? Reassessment upon sale state. So you really got to know what you're doing there. And we anticipated insurance costs might go up about 50%, and that's about what they did. So 5.2 entry.
Yeah. So if we do this math real quick, $50 a rent bump times 12, right? Which is the 12 months of rent bumps. And then multiply that 600 by 43, we're getting 43, let me do math real quick. 12 times 50 times 43, we're at 25,800, an increase in income. Divide that by the cap rate, we're now an increase of almost $500,000 in value of the property just by spending, what is it, like maybe $50,000.
50,000, yes. In our mind, it was kind of a no-brainer. And it's very interesting because the people who owned it, and I mean no offense to that, are more spreadsheet financial guys, if that makes sense, where Brian and I are kind of more come from the single family operator space. And so I think there's some advantages just kind of feeling kind of what people need, where maybe the financial spreadsheet types don't have as much nut and bolt experience to kind of feel. Because for us, I mean, who wants to sit in a laundromat? And I don't even know, what does it cost today? $2-3 a load to do a load of laundry? I mean, it's, plus you're sitting there an hour. I mean, to me, that's such a quality of life bump. We estimate we bumped rent maybe $50. There's no way to quantify it because we're rehabbing units as we go. So part of the bump is the washer dryer. But in our mind, it was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, I think any resident would look at that and say, it makes sense, you know? I mean, to me, it's a great value add for that particular asset.